Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So let us start this small video. In this video, we are going to be looking at the different options available on the report card of a student. In the previous video, we had gone through how to assign a new lesson to the student, whether he is studying Nazira or he is studying Qaida. So we are going to be looking at what other options are available. Let us first log into the account. And we will pick the one. Let us start with the Qaida students and see what are all the options. The first option you have over here is to change the username. Username, as I suggested before, that while registering the student, we assign a unique username to the student, and that can be changed later on as well, as long as the username has not already been used. Similarly, many students they change the password and thereafter they forget about it, and they come to the teacher and asking for resetting the password. So you can reset the password over here. It will change it back to their username. The next session or the next setting that you have over here is the student status control, which is basically warning them, suspending them, or clearing that warning or suspension. We don't normally use it in the schools, but the option is available if you wish to use it. Sometimes the students they do not recite loudly, do not practice loudly. So you can actually use this option of enforcing the mic, in which the laptop mic gets activated whenever the student is practicing, and if the student stops reading, then the pop-up comes up that you have to read in order to continue. Similarly, many students also fidget around and play around with the laptop as well, and they start moving the cursor or the keypad and everything. So this option disables or enables the mouse movement. If it is enabled, then any movement of the mouse is going to pause their lesson, and they will need to restart the lesson, and it will only continue if they don't move around. This is a new option that has been entered, which is to give a star or remove a star from a particular student. If I give the star, then the student is going to get a star marked, which when the student logs in, he is going to see the star. This is a good incentive for some students who want to get some kind of a appreciation. These options do not really concern us as much, except for this last one, allow messaging to the teacher. Now we have a option over here, message to the student, or the student can send the message to the teacher. This option is available for all students, provided you keep this check mark open. Sometimes students misuse it and start to send incorrect messages, or just misuse this facility, so you can actually remove this from the student as well. The other option over here is the teacher parent communication area. You can start a new note and tell the information to the teacher, to the parent, and they will get a note from yourself. This log will be maintained, and so we can go back and look at this log later on as well, what kind of communication was done from the teacher to the parent, and the parent to the teacher later on. The parent will have to sign in with their guardian contact in order to check this out. Next thing you have over here is a histogram that is showing the current progress of the student. So it for every page or every lesson in the Qaida that is completed, is going to show you a bar. For every page that is done in the Nazira or the Hifz or revision, is going to show you a bar. Next thing that we have over here is, if you want to change the level of the student from Qaida onto Nazira or the Hifz, you can do it from over here. We are not going to talk about these multi-app access. Inshallah, that will be a completely separate video on its own. At this point, the lesson 1, you can go to lesson 1 to lesson 16, any of them. Now these are the options that are available in the Qaida section. This is slightly different for the Nazira students. Let's go and look at that as well. Once you have this Nazira bar, the top is exactly same. The difference is where you are going to start having the Nazira session. Now over here, the first thing that you have to look at is who is the assigned reader. We stick to Sheikh Khalil Mahmoud Al-Husari rahimahullah, but there are all the different Qurra that we can choose from as well. Similarly, there is an option of segmentalization of the ayah. Now this is a completely separate aspect with regards to the lessons in the Nazira, which I'm going to actually make a completely separate video for that. Other than that, you can set what is the target for the student of doing and the Nazira pages, 1 page per day. These information are going to be calculated according to what target you set. Furthermore, now you have a whole setup of what pages the student is going to be doing. This is used for assigning and accepting the lessons and everything. However, if you notice, everything over here mentions that there are multiple juz. Now you can click hide all juz and you will see that all the juz have been hidden except for the one in which the student has been assigned some lesson. So now if you want to unhide a juz number 30th, you can click here and the 30th juz will come out. So this way what happens is, if you have all of them hidden, then in that case there is a lot of database information that needs to be loaded and it gets a little bit slow. So this actually helps keep it clear and clean, and also a little bit more faster for the page to load as well for the teacher. Other than that, let's look further what information we have in the particular box. Just like we had in the Qaida section, these are controls for the teacher to utilize them. Now once we go in, you can look at the previous video that we did, how to assign the lesson or the specific ayah to individual or the whole page in there. You can also assign the whole page from this report area. So for example, I have here, and this is the page number 2, Alif Lam Mim, that page, right? So, and I want to assign the complete page. So I click A and it assigns the whole page to him. If I go inside, clicking P, I can go inside the page, so it will load. You will see that all the ayat in the page are assigned. Similarly, I can deassign all the ayat in the page. I have to click OK and everything will be deassigned. But I want to keep it assigned right now so that I can go for the next option. The student comes and reads the entire page to you and you want to actually reset the repetition, so you can reset the entire complete page from here as well. But what if he does good and he actually reads the whole page without any mistakes and everything, and you want to accept it, right? So you click this check mark and accept the whole entire complete page. What it will do, it will accept the whole page and it's going to make it into yellow. Along with that, you'll also get to hear the date on which he has completed this particular page. Similarly, now you can assign him the next page and it will be assigned to him. Finally, the same thing can be done with regards to the whole juz. So if the student, although this may not happen in the Nazira, but it can happen in the any student who is memorizing. So he comes and he recites the whole juz, and the teacher wants to mark him all accepted. He can click this accept complete juz and the whole juz is going to become accepted. Similarly, he can assign the whole juz, he can deassign the whole juz, and he can also reset the whole juz as well. So these are the options that are available for both sides. Once you have completed everything from any student, make sure you always click finish reading, so his session is completed and thus system also takes it that it has been completed as well. Inshallah, we will come back in the next video and look at some of the more options that are available in this system as well. Jazakallah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.